مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Good morning, students, and welcome aboard once again. This is Mr. Mohamed Abdel Fattah, and this is our new writing lesson that is based on Unit 6B, Health and Fitness. As usual, gentlemen, we have to shed lights on the objectives of today's lesson. By the end of this video, you are most kindly requested to read and analyze a sample discursive essay. Secondly, you are expected to recognize the correct sequence of sentences in a paragraph. And finally, we are going to plan and write a full discursive essay, check it for mistakes, and write the final copy. Now, we can start our lesson. To begin with, we have got this discussion that is in exercise A, student's book, page 92. First question, what kind of situations make you feel anxious or stressed out? I have got a suggested answer. I usually feel stressed out when I have too much to do but not enough time to do it in. I also experience a lot of stress and anxiety when I am sitting an exam. Next question, how does stress affect you? It's clear that he's asking about the negative effects of stress. An answer is, this makes me depressed and I usually don't feel like eating and often have difficulty sleeping. Of course, the negative reaction can vary from one person to another. Our following question, can experiencing a bit of stress be good for you? In what ways? And once again, this is some sort of a sample answer. This can make the situation more stimulating and engaging. It can even make you more productive and creative. And finally, what do you usually do to cope with stress? When you feel stressed, when you face some sort of stress, what do you do to deal with that stress? This is some sort of answer. When I feel stressed out, I often do some breathing exercises. It also helps if I do something like read a book or go for a stroll, go for a walk. Thank you, gentlemen. Now, let's go ahead. Now we have got that reading text, that is exercise B, on our student's book, page 92. And we have got this list of questions. Dear students, it is expected that you stop the video for some time so that you can read the text and work out the answers. Now, let's discuss these questions. Which option best indicates the purpose of the text? Again, the question is about the main purpose of the text. Yes, that's excellent. To express the writer's opinion and discuss ways to deal with a problem. Question 2 is more detailed. Let's read it together. Each of the following statements corresponds to a paragraph in the essay. Write the numbers 1 to 5 in the boxes provided. Sentence A. In this paragraph, the writer briefly summarizes the specific points raised in the main part. Yes, that's nice. This is paragraph 5. Sentence B. In this paragraph, the writer provides a definition of a concept. Amazing. This is paragraph 4. Sentence C. In this paragraph, the writer makes a general statement to introduce the topic and provide his or her general opinion on the topic. That's wonderful. It is paragraph number 1. And finally, in this paragraph, the writer lists some examples to explain a point. Nice. This occurs in paragraphs 2 and 3. Thank you for your answers. Now let's continue our list of questions. This is question 3. Has the writer done what he or she was requested to do? And the answer? Yes, the writer clearly expresses his or her opinion on how children can be helped to better cope with stress, and he or she justifies each point by providing an explanation. Very good answer. Question 4. What is the function of the first sentence in each of the paragraphs of the main part? The main part means the main body. And what role do the sentences that follow play? So we have got a question about the role of the first sentence in a paragraph and the role of the following sentences in the same paragraph. This is an amazing answer. The first sentence of each paragraph is called the topic sentence or argument and introduces the central idea of the paragraph. The sentences that follow in each case expand on the idea and provide supporting details. Nice. Now, question 5. What phrases does the writer use to introduce the points he or she is making? Gentlemen, if we refer to the text, we are going to work out these phrases. Is of primary importance. Another effective course of action involves. And last but not least. Finally, this is question 6. What style is this text and what are the characteristics of this style? First of all, the writing style is formal and informative. Next, the characteristics of this style. The text aims to present a well-thought-out argument supported by evidence and reasoning. Although the writer is expressing his or her opinion, and this is made evident in the conclusion, he or she is not attempting to persuade the reader. The language is therefore neutral and not emphatic. Thank you very much. Now, let's go ahead. Now, dear students, we have to deal with exercises E and F. First of all, we can start with exercise E. Read the writing task below and underline the key words or phrases, then answer the questions that follow. How can we lead more active lives? Write an essay in which you express your opinion on the issue and provide justification for your point of view. Now we can start with these questions. What is the topic of discussion? That's a good answer. Ways to lead a more active life. Question 2. What have you been requested to do? Amazing. To write an essay in which I express my opinion on the issue and provide justification for my point of view. Question 3. What writing style should you use? Formal, discursive, expository, informative style. That's a good work. Now we move on to exercise F. The table below provides different approaches to leading a more active lifestyle. Work in pairs to find a suitable justification for each. Then choose 3 to develop in the main part of your essay. As you can work out from the table, gentlemen, we have got the first approach, scheduling physical activity, and the best justification or suggested justification is scheduled activities are more likely to get done because they are built into your daily routine. That's a good suggestion. The following one, experimenting with activities, very good suggestion, because this can help you discover an activity that will engage your interest and keep you committed. And the final approach, spending more time outdoors, and this is the final justification. Outdoor activities usually involve movement and can help keep you away from activities such as playing video games, which involve sitting. This is a very good performance, gentlemen. Now we can move on to planning our final essay, then writing and reading the final copy. This is our last but one activity for today, which is to write a plan to a discursive essay. As you can see, this is writing plan, a discursive essay. Complete the writing plan below and write your essay on the next page. Before you write, brainstorm the topic of discussion to identify the ideas you wish to develop. First of all, we have got the introduction. What the issue? Topic of discussion. That's a good suggestion. Our modern lifestyle has made us increasingly inactive. Make a brief general statement outlining your opinion on the topic. This is the sample suggestion. It is thus very important to find ways to combat this sedentary lifestyle. Moving on to the main part, which starts with paragraph 1. First idea or argument. This is a good argument. The first thing we need to do is to make time for working out. Of course, after you make an argument, you should support it with details, supporting information that justifies the recommended course of action. This is a suggestion. If, however, we schedule working out just like we do an appointment or a meeting, we are more likely to fit it into our busy lives. Paragraph 2. Second idea or argument. Nice suggestion. Experimenting with activities that can help keep us active. What are the supporting details? Another suggested idea. We must therefore explore available options to find activities that we find enjoyable and can commit to. And paragraph 3, third idea or argument. That's right, avoiding convenient options, avoiding comfortable options is an effective way to overcome inactivity. And the supporting detail, we should therefore limit our use of conveniences such as lifts, cars, and remote controls, and do everyday tasks more actively. Then we have got this conclusion. Briefly restate the issue. Topics of discussion. Again, we are restating the topic of our discussion. Staying active is one of the most important ingredients for a healthy life. And finally, summarize the ideas or arguments you have put forward. This is a good summary. Let's read it together. This, I believe, can be done by making time for physical activity, exploring activities which best suit our interests, and avoiding convenient options that make us lazy. Dear students, I think it's time to write our final copy. Let's go ahead. Now it's time to write our final copy of our discursive essay. Let's start with the introduction. Our modern lifestyle has made us increasingly inactive, and this is having a negative effect on our emotional and physical well-being. It is thus very important to find ways to combat this sedentary lifestyle. This is a good introduction. Now let's start with the first paragraph of the main body. The first thing we need to do is to make time for working out. Because we are very busy, we tend to give priority to activities that we feel require our immediate attention, and view working out as something that we can put off. If, however, we schedule working out just like we do an appointment or meeting, we are more likely to fit it into our busy lives. This is a very good paragraph. Now we move on to the following paragraph. Experimenting with activities that can help keep us active is another important way to fight physical inactivity. We are more likely to maintain an activity if we are passionate about it. We must therefore explore available options to find activities that we find enjoyable and can commit to. Good job, gentlemen. Now let's move to the final paragraph of the main body. Avoiding convenient options is another effective way to cope with inactivity. Conveniences such as lifts, cars, and remote controls make our lives easier, but they also make us lazier. We should therefore limit our use of them and do everyday tasks more actively. This can be as simple as cycling to school instead of taking the bus. I hope you like this model, gentlemen, and enjoy it. Let's read our final paragraph, which is the conclusion. Staying active is one of the most important ingredients of a healthy life. This, I believe, can be done by making time for physical activity, exploring available options to discover which activities best suit our interests, and avoiding convenient options that make us lazy. In a few words, it involves moving more and sitting less. Gentlemen, I'm really proud of your performance. Thank you very much for your hard work, and let me hope to see you in our following lessons, and goodbye.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.